Yes, yes, people. It's your boy Shazad, and we're back again on the finished article right here on Twitch. This show is exclusively to Twitch. It's fight night. It's Friday night. We're gonna get right into this. I'm bringing the host on. Here we go. Yes, Shaz, how are we, bro?
Good, alhamdulillah. How you doing, man? You right?
Yeah, all good, alhamdulillah, bro. Friday, off work this weekend, chilling. You know how it is, bro.
It's about time you stop working weekends, bro.
I do work some weekends, not all.
Weekends are for chilling, bro.
Listen, don't tell me, tell this next guy who's coming on. But before we bring him on, people leave a like, subscribe, and comment on the channel. Follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube. Official Facebook and Twitter are scrolling across the bottom, and our personal ones are in the corners there. And as you know, we'll get back to you when we can. But without further ado, Fight Night Episode 2 would not be Episode 2 without this guy. He made Episode 1 what it was. Here he is, my bro, Nadeem. How are we, bro? Good?
Yeah, lads, I'm good. How are you guys?
All good, man. All good. Loving it. Good to have you on, man. Good to have you on, man.
It's nice to be here, man. Thanks for the invite.
Nah, def was, man. Def was. But yeah, man, we're going to kick this right off. We're going to go straight into it, bro. I'm going to ask you who your favorite boxers are, bro. I know you left the comments last week, but might as well get it live on camera, innit?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, mate. It's not changed from last week. AJ is still one of my favorite boxers, and I'm sure Shaz over there would agree with me. AJ's...
Like, I mean, you already know what I think of the guy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think he is a good boxer, but he's not as good as everyone says he is. There's too much hype behind him, and that's the problem with British fans in any sport, whether it's football, boxing, whatever. They hype the people up too much, and then they just get let down like they did in the Euros. AJ let us down when he lost. It just happens in every sport, man.
Say that again.
You have to...
Say that again.
You heard me. You heard me, bro.
I want you to repeat yourself again. Say what? How did he let us down?
He got beat.
Yeah, go on.
Did he not get beat by Roos? He got flattened by a big fat Mexican, bro.
Let me explain something to you, bro. He lost. Yes, we all get that. But in life, you win and you become stronger from losing and you come back.
Here we go.
This
is 2-on-1 already. I'm loving it.
Muhammad Ali lost and he came back. George Foreman lost.
Oh, bro, hold on. You cannot compare AJ to Muhammad Ali. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying
you cannot compare any boxer to Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is the greatest
I don't
of all
think he's
time.
comparing him, Shaz.
I'm not comparing.
He's just saying, he's just stating a fact there.
Guys, man. You two guys.
Yeah. You have your Ribena, bro. You have your Ribena.
It's not Ribena, it's Iron Brew. I need the energy for this show.
Cool down, Shaz. Cool down.
you know that Manny Pacquiao's weighing is tonight against Ugas. So I think he's fighting Yordinas Ugas tomorrow, 2 a.m.
Nice. Are you watching it? Anybody watching it?
No, you know what it is with these live fights in the States, man. It's just too late.
It's too late, isn't it? That's it.
Catch it in the morning.
It is. You're right. It is too late, man. I'm probably not going to watch it. I'm expecting Pacquiao to win. I mean, he's only got one loss on his record. Am I right? His loss to Floyd Mayweather is his only loss, or has he had more?
Yeah, let me just pause you there for a second, then, mate. What did you just say then?
Whoa. What did I just say?
Yeah, what did you just say about Pacquiao and his one loss? So you're expecting him to win, yeah? So why is that different from AJ?
Yeah. We're straight on this one, are we?
No,
I don't have a problem with AJ, bro. I just don't rate him as highly as everybody else. He's a good boxer, don't get me wrong, right? But he needs to work on a lot of his flaws. If he gets in the ring with a heavy hitter, he's gonna struggle, man.
Right, but that fight that he had against Ruiz, he didn't come out and say that he didn't make any excuses for that fight.
No, he didn't. And I rate him. His dad lost the fight and he took it on the chin, innit?
Yeah, his dad
literally took it on the chin, bro.
But his dad's the one who's saying it wasn't right for this fight because something happened, possible concussion and all that.
Yeah. No,
he didn't come out with that. He took it on the chin, like you said. he went back in the gym.
Yeah, he worked
trained
hard
hard,
and he
went
won.
back and beat the ever living crap out of Ruiz. He beat him up, mate.
I know you have to watch your language because I know how much you use the bad language, bro. You had to stop yourself there, bro. I could see that, bro.
Yeah, man, that's it. But yeah, he came back, he beat Ruiz, and
He did that,
since that, he's had
definitely.
a couple other fights, he's won them. He's doing what he should do.
Do you know what? I'd love for him to prove me wrong by winning his next fight against Usyk. Do you know what? And if he does prove me wrong, I'll get you both on the next the episode of Fight Night after it, and you can rub it in, bro. We can have that.
I'm literally going on 25th of September. I'm going to be watching it with you, and I'm going to watch you put your hand in your head when he knocks out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm not even going to lie to you, right? If I'm watching the fight, I'll be behind AJ, right? Because he's a good boxer. I'm not saying I don't like him. Don't get me wrong, right? I've never said I don't like him. I just think he's overhyped. But that doesn't mean I don't like him. You get what I mean?
So don't worry, Shaz. When he wins, I'll make sure I send you your favourite pie, mate. That flavour that you like, humble pie, mate.
Wow. Damn.
Nice.
Damn. Bro, do you remember the fight that we watched back in, I don't even know when it was, probably the early
Chisora.
2000s. No, the early 2000 one, the Tyson and Lewis.
Yes.
We watched it over our cousin's house. Do you remember?
Yes, I do. I remember that one.
You remember that's the one where Tyson told Lewis he was going to eat his kids or something.
Yeah, as you do.
As as you do, just randomly before a fight. I'm going to eat your kids, bro. Yeah, of course. Madness. Do you remember what happened when we were watching the fight, though? Like, not in the fight, but outside when we went to get food before the main event.
Yes.
Do you remember the little fight that we saw in town centre?
Yeah, just that was the
that was a
undercard,
preview, bro. That was
undercard.
a preview. That was the undercard, bro. That was classic. Some guy tried to get in a taxi and got his head smashed in because he kicked off with a taxi driver. That was classic.
That was undercard.
He was absolutely smashed out his head and he was kicking off with a taxi driver. And he swung for the taxi driver and hit him. And then next thing you know, all these other taxi drivers just popped up out of nowhere and they're all stomping his head, bro, stomping him. It was funny, man. That was funny, man. I buzzed off it. And then we went back home like nothing had happened with our pizzas and watched Tyson and Lewis. Do you remember that, Nadeem?
I do, mate. I do.
Crazy, weren't it, man? Crazy, man. We've watched quite a few fights together, haven't we, man? Obviously, the Chisora and AJ fight that we watched at my house. There's been other fights that we've watched. I'm sure there is, man. I can't remember them.
Which is the best fight you've ever seen?
Best fight I've ever seen, boxing-wise?
Yes.
I'm going to go with a classic. Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston with the Phantom Punch.
You haven't seen that, bro. We went alive to
What are you on about? I watched it on replay bare times on TV, bro. Or do you mean since I've been born the best fight, bro?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Right.
Exactly.
I've never been to a boxing event, so I can't say I've watched any fights live, right? I've been to a UFC event in our local town live, which was decent. But boxing wise, I've never been to an event live. Probably do want to get to one eventually sometime. But TV wise, what I've watched on TV. So you're saying what's my best boxing fight I've seen as in watching it live on TV?
No, TV or live, whatever comes.
That's what I'm saying. Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston, bro. I've seen it on TV, and it's one of my favorite fights. Or the Rumble in the Jungle, or the Thriller in Manila, bro. Most of my favorite fights are Muhammad Ali, bro. And I'm going to be honest with you.
If you ask that question to our parents, that's the answer they give. We watched it on YouTube. You didn't watch it live. I've seen.
I did not watch it on YouTube, bro. You got that wrong, bro. I didn't watch it on YouTube. I watched it on the Fight Network, bro. Let's get it right.
Oh yeah, bro. That's like saying I watched George Best.
Yeah, but bro, all the fights that you can watch them all on TV. You can watch them all on YouTube. It's the same thing, bro. Those are my favorite fights. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those are my favorite fights.
Who is your current favorite boxer?
Current favorite boxer?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with one that people aren't gonna suspect, bro. Amir Khan.
Okay.
No!
I knew you were gonna say that, bro. But listen to me. Let me explain, right? Let me explain why I actually like Amir Khan. Well, here we go. Glass chin. He does have a glass chin, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna defend him on that, bro. He has got a glass jaw. But the reason I like him,
you know what Amir Khan's good at, mate? The chicken dance.
You love your chicken dance, you do, don't you, bro?
That's all he's good at, mate. That's all you
But
see him
bro,
busting a chicken
I'll
dance in
explain to you
the
why I
ring.
like Amir Khan. Yeah, I'll explain to you why. Right, because he doesn't just go for the easy fights. He goes against bigger fighters, and he tries to go against fighters that people aren't going to give him a chance against, which he's done before, and he's got his ass kicked, which is fair enough. But at least he tries, bro.
It's all about the money, mate. He's going for the big fights for the money. He's not
So
going
do
for
you,
the fights
so
because he
what
thinks he
you're
can beat them.
so
No, not
what
exactly, but he's putting himself out there in a difficult situation, and that's why I rate him.
So you remember his last fight then, right?
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
No comments.
No,
Hang on,
Next
is that
question,
the
please.
Canelo fight?
No, his last
Yeah.
fight was Crawford, wasn't it?
Yes. What did you think of him bailing out on the fight? That's what I want to ask you.
Right. So yeah, I remember now the fight where he got punched. He got hit with a low blow. Now the official ruling is if you get hit with a low blow, you have 5 minutes to recover, and if you can't continue, then you lose by default, right? But Amir Khan didn't take the 5 minutes. He was done for after 2 minutes, man, and he just gave up. Now I feel that the referee should have maybe deducted points from the other guy, let Amir Khan take his full 5 minutes and see if he was ready to come back, instead of just waving it off after Amir Khan said, no, I don't want to go on. I was quite gutted that Amir Khan, just jumped out the fight because he got hit with a low blow.
Yeah, but you can't say anything about the ref there because he gave him the chance to have his 5 minutes. And
of course he
Khan
did.
said
Of course
to
he
him,
did.
no, mate, I don't want any
I
more.
would have liked the referee to say, no, just take your full 5 minutes and I'll come back to you in a bit. But he didn't. Amir Khan said, no, I don't want to continue. And
But
the ref said, okay, fine.
that, you might as well say that the ref needs to cut his gloves off and put the gloves on himself then and get in the ring.
Yeah, exactly. You get me? Next time I'll just send you with Amir Khan, bro. You can take his gloves for him. I know what type of damage you can do with your fist, bro.
Don't know what you're on about, mate.
I don't think we can disclose that information on here, can we, really? Moving on swiftly. But what do you think of Manny Pacquiao, seriously, though? I know he's fighting tomorrow and whatnot, but what do you actually think of Pacquiao, man? Both of you.
I think he's a good fighter, mate.
Yeah.
Good fighter.
I've not got anything bad to say about Pacquiao, mate. He's a good fighter.
Eight-time world champion, fought in many divisions, taken on the best.
Yeah.
I thought he fought what's his name, Mayweather, a couple of years too late.
That's what I was just going to mention, right? So I know we mentioned it on the last podcast, on the last episode on Fight Night, that the Pacquiao versus Mayweather fight was too late, basically. Maybe 5 or 10 years too late. Now, I want to get your thoughts on that. Why do you think it was so late, and why do you think it wasn't earlier than it should have been?
Politics, bro. Politics.
What about you, Nadeem? Same?
Yeah, man, I agree.
Yeah. Do you not think it was Mayweather? Do you not think it was Mayweather ducking him?
No, bro.
Do you not think Mayweather was ducking him, knowing that he could get
I can answer the question for you right now. Why do you think Fury and AJ haven't fought? It's not because those two don't want to get it on. It's because your boys in the back, Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, or whoever manages.
Frank Warren.
They're it's all about money, bro. They don't. They know
it is, and then that's the problem with boxing. The fighters want to fight, but the promoters won't let them fight due to money, and that's what's ruining every sport is money, bro. It's just too much money in all sports, and it's ruining it, man.
That's true.
Now, on the last show, Nadeem, I asked you a question and you didn't really answer it, bro. So I'm asking you now, yeah. Who's your favorite UFC fighter? Past or present, it doesn't matter whether they're active or not.
You know what? I've got so many, but to come off the top of my head, John Jones, he's
John Jones is a good fighter, man. Very good fighter.
He's a good fighter. GSP.
Yes.
Anderson Silva.
Good fighters.
Machida, he was good.
I remember you talking about him with me a few days ago. Yeah. We had a conversation about him, didn't we?
Yeah, he's good. Definitely don't like the likes of Brock Lesnar in the ring, the octagon.
No.
It's just
definitely not, embarrassment. Definitely not, man. What are your thoughts on Khabib then? Because you've not mentioned Khabib as one of your favorites. Like, what are your thoughts on him then?
Don't get me wrong, he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Well, yeah, it's like you said about AJ. I don't know what all the hype's about, mate.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he's a decent fighter. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah. No,
but
I get you.
he's not the
So
greatest.
you don't think he's the greatest? 29
No,
and
mate.
all, pound for pound, the
No.
best fighter in UFC.
No.
But he's not the greatest, no? That's
Don't
a
think
good
he's the greatest, mate.
opinion. That's a different opinion to what most people would say about Khabib, to be fair. And I'm
Yeah.
quite surprised you've said that. I'm
Yeah,
really surprised you've said that, bro.
It's a personal opinion at the end.
No, of course it's a personal opinion, but I would have been under the impression that you like Khabib, but obviously
No,
everyone has
don't
their
get me
own
wrong.
favorite
I'll
fighters.
watch him. I'll watch him, and I'll support him, mate. But I still
Yeah.
don't think he's the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some people might say Conor McGregor is the best, but obviously you don't like Conor
Oh,
McGregor.
let's not talk about that piece of shit, man. Come on. You have
So,
to mention that guy's name and ruin my evening, bro. Come on. Now that you've mentioned him, let's talk about Conor McGregor, right? Let's talk about him for a little bit. Let's see how long we can keep this going, right? So Conor McGregor, right? Don't get me wrong. Inside the octagon, he's a good fighter, right? Outside of the octagon, as a person, he's a piece of shit. In his press conferences, he talks so much shit about people's families, about their religion, and all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, just for instance, just take what he said to Khabib for example,
It's just
right?
business, man. It's just business.
It's not though. That's what he was saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. It is business to him. He says this stuff to make money, bro. He says this to get pay-per-view buys. Like I said, he is UFC's cash machine. Basically, he's their cash cow, right? And he will do whatever he can to bring in the money for UFC, right? And that's why he's still an active fighter. And that's the only reason he was in that fight against Dustin Poirier, because they know he can make money, right? Now that he's had his ankle broken, he's not going to be 100% after that. People are going to target his leg. So I think now is the perfect time for him to retire. Well, maybe after he got his ass kicked by Khabib, he should have retired instead of coming back. But, you know, fighters want to come back and prove that they've still got it. He came back and fought, what's his name, the Cowboy. Is it Cerrone?
Yeah, Cerrone.
And beat him comfortably. That was an easy fight for him. That guy was just put there for Conor McGregor to beat him. But what I want to talk about Conor McGregor is why does he do what he does outside the ring? Like, why does he talk so much shit? He thinks he's
arrogant and he's a
untouchable.
bully, right? It's simple.
Exactly. Like if it was any other fighter saying some of the racist stuff that he said to Khabib, do you think they wouldn't have been fined? Come on. If that was a fighter on the undercard, right? If that was a fighter on the undercard and they said stuff like that to their opponent, they would have been fined. They would have been taken off that card. Because it was Conor McGregor, because he makes the money, Dana White and UFC just let him do it. And that's wrong. That's differential treatment for a fighter just because he's making money.
Do you not remember the whole issue when McGregor kicked off and threw the chairs at the buses and damaged?
Yeah, exactly, bro. He threw that trolley at the bus.
Yeah,
he ruined near enough a whole card. He injured so many people inside that in the coach. They had to cancel matches. He cost them loads of money. And what happened? He got taken to court and he got fined for it. But UFC did nothing. UFC didn't even fine him for that. They didn't even fine him. I don't understand why they didn't fine him for that. I mean, he injured. First of all, he smashed up a coach. He injured maybe 2 or 3 players with the glass that cut them, and they had to pull out of fights that cost UFC money. They had to rearrange those matches or put other people on the card. Now, if that was anybody else, I'm going to keep saying this, if that was anybody else that did that, they would have been fined heavily for that by UFC. But again, he's a golden boy for Dana White. He didn't get fined. But what did he do after that? He got his match against Khabib. And then he went on and just carried on with his racial abuse.
Think about it. Justice was served because Khabib knocked him out. So
yeah, of course he did. Khabib absolutely destroyed him, and I absolutely buzzed off it.
And then he told him at the end of that fight, now talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But, right, so we're talking about the fight, right? So it was a good fight. Khabib, did what he does best. He whooped his ass, tapped him out. He calls him the tap machine, which I absolutely love. I love that nickname, the tap machine, man. But what I want to talk about is what happened after the fight. We all know what happened after the fight.
Whereas it's obvious, isn't it? Tensions boiled over.
No. So basically, I've watched the videos on this, and Dylan Dennis, I think he's called.
Yeah.
The judo instructor for Khabib. He throughout the whole fight, he was giving lip to Khabib whilst he was in the octagon fighting Conor, right? And Khabib was just ignoring it. Like, he was focused on the fight to win, but he could hear it all. He was hearing it all and hearing it all. And that was frustrating for him. And at the end of it, he apparently he was very racist. I'm not going to say what he said because it's a very racist thing to say, and I'm not going to say that. And Khabib just lost it. So that's why he jumped out the octagon and did a flying kick into him. They had a little bit of a melee. But do you think if you think Khabib didn't jump out, do you think those people on Khabib's side would have gone into the octagon and punched Conor McGregor? They wouldn't, would they? So to be fair, Khabib did entice a bit of a riot there, a bit of a brawl between the two teams. But what I want to ask is, was Khabib right or wrong in defending himself against Dylan Dennis the way he did? What would you say?
You have every right to defend yourself. But I'll give you an example. I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary Malice in the Palace on Netflix.
I've heard of it, not seen it.
It's basically a basketball documentary whereby the Pacers were fighting for the World Championship. And what happened was there was a fight. Long story short, there was a fight on the court. The fans got involved, and then what ended up happening was you had a melee between the fans. And same thing. What happens in real life is, if sports people do stupid things and incite arrogance and violence, that fuels the fans to do the same.
It does definitely.
Similarly, whether a coach or a support staff, they were riling them on. So Khabib naturally lost his plot, as most people would. His reaction was wrong. What he shouldn't have done it, because he did everything he needed to in the ring. But tensions boiled over, and it was just unfortunate at the end of the day.
Of course, man. Of course. No, definitely, man. Good point, man. Very good point to bring up. What about you, Nadeem? I'll get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think he did what he had to do, mate, to be honest. I mean, there's only so much rubbish that you can hear from someone shouting at you throughout a match, isn't there? And then
definitely, man. Definitely.
You have to think in that sort of moment, his adrenaline's going to be like max level.
I think
100%.
He's just battered Conor McGregor, who was giving him grief, being racist, calling his family and all this and all that, and all he can hear is this guy in the background screaming and shouting at him.
Yeah,
exactly, so, man. Exactly.
Adrenaline's going to have adrenaline takes over, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think Khabib said it himself after in the post-match conference, where he said that he knows what he did was wrong and his dad's going to smash him. So the guy was still scared of his dad, regardless, man. And it's a shame that Khabib, what happened to his dad, he's passed away. It's a shame, man. It's because that's basically stopped Khabib's career. And I think if his dad was still around, he'd still be fighting.
Well, some people find their calling in life, and he felt it was the right time to walk away. So fair play to him.
Do you know what? He's done it all, man. In UFC, he beat everyone that put him in front of him in MMA. 29-0, man. What more do you want? He's beaten Conor McGregor. He beat Dustin Poirier. Justin Gaethje. He's beaten some of the best fighters that UFC had to offer. Maybe I would have liked to see him fight other fighters like George St. Pierre. I would have loved to see that fight. I think that would have been brilliant. Maybe if that fight does come in the future, Khabib might come out for it. If he feels that he can do the fight without his dad. I don't know if he will, because he did make a promise to his mum that he wouldn't fight again.
I think he's retired number. I
don't think he's going to come back, man.
Hey, Shaz, let me ask you this then, mate. What do you think of Bisping?
Bisping, I think he's a decent fighter. I believe he's doing a tour of England right now, doing meet and greets. That's where his career's at right now. But yeah, he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong. I think he is a good fighter. He was actually opening a gym in our hometown here. But he never decided. He never bothered opening it. I don't know why. I think you've seen it when you've drove up and down like the main road. Have you seen
I remember him being a good fighter, but I remember him getting laid out by Dan Henderson.
Yeah, exactly,
And
man.
that was a
I mean,
heavy punch, mate. And after there was no need for the elbow, mate. They just put him even further
he was
into
out.
to
He was
sleep.
already out. There was no need to
Yeah, he was
finish him
already
with an
gone.
elbow. No,
But I remember that.
I get you.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, I think
Bisping
before
was a
he
good
was a
fighter.
fighter, I think before he was a fighter, he was a DJ at Monroe's, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's from Clitheroe, isn't he?
For people who don't know, Monroe's is like a nightclub, local nightclub in Lancashire, and I think he was a DJ over there before he was a UFC fighter. Yeah, man. But like, let's talk about the next fight that I'm probably going to watch is going to be AJ versus Usyk. People, I know you both think AJ is going to win. Am I right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm not even discussing this one, bro.
No.
Come
on. Let's talk about it, man. So I know you both think AJ is going to win, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still 50-50 on it, right?
That's changed from last week, though, hasn't it?
Yeah,
because he was saying
it has. No, hold on. Let me explain. Before you give.
Oh, here we go. Let me explain.
So, like I said at the start, AJ is a good fighter, right? And I've had a chance to watch Usyk over the week. I've watched some of his highlights. I've watched some of his matches, and what he brings to the fight, I think it's going to be a difficult fight for AJ. But if AJ probably sticks to his game plan, he will win. If he deviates away from his plan and decides to go all out and just start attacking, I think he'll lose.
Yeah, but you have to remember, Shaz, when he had a fight with Povetkin, everyone said the same, that he was going to have a difficult fight with him. But he knocked Povetkin out like no one else ever had.
Yeah,
that's true. And like I said, AJ's got power behind him. He's got the power behind him. Obviously, you see the size of the guy, man. He's got power.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the power that's the problem. I mean, the fact he gets hit and then he wobbles, that's the problem. He can't compose himself.
Everyone gets hit and gets wobbled, mate.
No, but what I'm trying to say is when he wobbles, he can't compose himself after it and come back into the fight. Every time he's been hit and wobbled, he's more, he's like, look what Roos did to him. Roos wobbled him and that fight was over.
You know why he lost to Roos? I'll tell you why he lost to Roos. So basically that night, what he did was certain styles made boxers, and I'll let Nadeem jump in on this, but basically that night when he knocked Roos down in the third round, what he then decided to do was to go toe-to-toe. Now, if a guy is shorter than you and you do an uppercut to someone that's taller, you know what's going to get. You get caught and you lose your balance.
That's it. You get chinned in it. You're out.
You've got to realize in the second fight, what he did was he said, look, I'm going to use my strength because I know I can jab him. And that's how you win fights. It's just the nature of the game.
Yeah. And that's the point I'm trying to make. If he sticks to his plan, he will win. If he gets too confident and cocky and goes away from that plan, he'll lose. And that's what happened in his fight against Ruiz. He went away from that plan and lost.
You have to remember, Shaz, and you say he can't compose himself. When he had that fight with Klitschko, mate, he took a heavy hit from Klitschko and he went down on his backside, mate, and he composed himself. He got up, and now Klitschko's walking around like a giraffe, mate, because of that uppercut. He stretched that neck out.
And Shaz, I want to bring up another point. So you said that at the start, Amir Khan never takes easy fights. You look at whoever's been put in front of AJ. He's barring the one Ruiz defeat. He can only beat who's in front of him. I get that. It's not like he's ducking anyone or.
Hold on, man. I've never said he's ducking anyone.
No,
right? What I'm saying is the people that have been in front of him towards the start, like the first maybe 10 fights of his career, were against bums. They were against nobodies, part-timers.
That's what's going to happen, bro. That's how fighters get built up.
That's not how it happens, though. Look at Amir Khan. The people Amir Khan fought towards the start of his boxing career, they weren't nobodies.
They're all bums as well, mate. What are you on about?
What are you on about?
Amir Khan had speed, bro. That's why Amir Khan won. The problem with Amir Khan towards the end of it was that basically he wasn't used. So when he lost to Bradis Prescott, that was simply because Bradis Prescott caught him with a lucky shot. He went
No. The reason he lost that fight because he was stupid. And I'll tell you why I'm saying that is because he took a fight during Ramadan, right? Which is fine. You can take a fight during Ramadan if you're not going to be fasting. But he was fasting throughout Ramadan. He was fasting throughout his training camp, and he was fasting the day of the fight as well.
Okay.
And for a boxer to be fasting, you're not getting the energy that you need. You're not getting the vitamins and protein and whatever during your training session, and you're not going to be fully focused on your fight. So maybe he should have stepped away from boxing during Ramadan and had the fight after, and I believe he probably would have won. That's my take on that fight. And that's, I believe to now, that is one of the reasons he lost.
I'd look.
What do you reckon, Shaz? Do you think I'm wrong though? Do you think I'm wrong on that?
We can't.
Or do you think there was another reason why he lost?
You can't make excuses. He took the fight. It is what it is.
But I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just saying that's
Sounds
the
like
reason
you are,
he lost.
Shaz.
No, I'm not making excuses for
Amir
Khan.
If you know it's Ramadan and you know you believe in it, then you wouldn't have taken the fight. He took the fight.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He shouldn't have taken the fight in Ramadan. Maybe before or after Ramadan, he should have taken it.
We can't say because only he knows. That's the very. It's like you saying, "Oh, bro, you know what? I shouldn't do this, but I'll go and do it anyway." And then you say afterwards, "Maybe I shouldn't have done that." Well, it's too late for that now, bro.
Of course, it's too late now. But that's my opinion on it. That's just my opinion. That why I feel he lost that fight.
Fair enough.
Mad guy. What about you, Nadeem? What do you think of that fight? The one that he lost? I think that was his first loss, wasn't it, against Braden Prescott for Amir Khan?
Yeah, I mean, it was a quick fight, and he got clipped with a good shot to that glass chin of his.
And that's the problem Amir Khan has. He's got a really weak jaw, so he gets hit powerful on the jaw and he's down. And you saw that against Marcus Medina on it, was it? And Danny Garcia. The Danny Garcia fight, is it Danny Garcia that he fought?
Yes.
Yeah. That fight, Amir Khan was doing well up until that round where he got clipped. And then after he got clipped, he was gone, bro. That was it.
You remember the Canelo fight? He was also dominating that.
Exactly. Yes.
As the saying goes, boys, one punch, bro. All it takes
that's the thing with Amir Khan, right? He knows he's winning the fight, so he should stick to the game plan and just carry that out and win the fight that way. But what he wants to do, he likes to be a bit flashy. He likes to be a bit cocky, and he probably wants to knockout win, which any fighter would. So he goes for it, and that's his downfall. He goes for a knockout in fighters that are good at countering. Canelo's a good counter, and you saw that.
Another interesting fight is Canelo's fight in Caleb Plant in November for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world.
Who's he fighting against? Sorry, I didn't get to catch that name.
Caleb Plant.
I've never heard of him.
The US boxer. He's got the one title that Canelo doesn't have.
Okay, so Canelo's going to unify the division. Nice.
Well, that's the plan.
That's the plan. Right, so a fighter that I want to get your opinion on. Canelo's a good fighter, man. I think he'll win that fight because it's Canelo, isn't it?
No, I want to see Canelo fight Golovkin for a third time. I want to see the end of that trilogy.
That was a good fight. Them two fights that they've had were
the first
really
fight was controversial because the referee decided they saw something else and scored it unanimously in Canelo's favor. Not sure how they did that, but
yeah,
I've seen strangest things.
So another fighter I want to get both your opinion on is Chris Eubank Jr. What do you think of him?
Well, big mouth.
I think he's a decent fighter, mate. To be honest.
Wow, big mouth. Wow.
Yeah, he's a big mouth. He's cocky, but he's a good
he
fighter.
Back it up.
And I like his uppercut style when he leans into it with his left shoulder, then comes up with the uppercut, mate. Because he never misses. He seems to never miss with that shot.
Definitely, man.
I think he's a good fighter.
Do you think he'll do well, like in the future? Do you think he'll win? Do you think he'll? No. So what the question is? Sorry, I'll rephrase the question. Do you think he'll live up to the legacy of his father and be that type of boxer, a champion, basically?
He'll be a champion, but he won't live up to his father's reputation.
I think he needs to step out of his dad's shadow.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah, you're right on that.
Because when you're watching him and he's in between rounds, his dad's coming in. He's even telling his dad, do one, go away.
Yeah, I think his dad maybe needs to step away from his career and let him do his own way.
His dad struggles to stay out of the limelight. That's the problem.
Yeah,
his dad loves the limelight.
That's it. So I think maybe if he steps away from his dad a little and his dad lets him do what he wants to do, maybe he'll do a lot better. There was talk of Chris Eubank Jr. fighting Nigel Benn's son.
That'd be good.
I can't remember his name now. Nigel Benn's son, but
Conor Ben.
Conor, yeah. There you go. What do you think of Conor Ben? Do you think he's better than Chris Eubank Jr. or not?
No.
Or because I've not really seen much of Conor Ben, right? But I've seen more of Chris Eubank Jr. than Conor Ben, and I don't really rate Conor Ben, man. I think that fight will be one-sided right now.
Yeah, that's not going to happen until they're both at the peak.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's a fight, because it's only going to happen because of the dads.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think it should happen just because the dads, want it to happen. It should happen if it's the right fight for both of them. And it's maybe the winner goes on to a championship fight after or something like that. Yeah, man. That's good, though. That's good. But I want to see more of Conor Ben. I haven't seen much of him. So I want to see more of him fight. No, I think obviously you lot don't rate him that much, do you? I can tell by the look on your faces and stuff that you're not rating him.
I haven't seen much of him. I'll be honest. I can't really give much of an opinion on it. So
fair enough.
Same with me, mate, to be honest.
There's a fighter I want to talk about. It's Muhammad Ali's grandson.
Yeah,
he's just had his first fight and won in the first or second round knockout.
Yes, I saw that.
You heard about it? I can't remember his first name. But his full name is his first name and then Ali Walsh. So he's not using Muhammad Ali's full name.
Nico Ali Walsh.
Yeah, there you go, Nico Ali Walsh. And from what I remember of reading about the fight, he wore the exact same trunks as Muhammad Ali did in his first fight, like the plain white ones,
white and black.
So it's like a tribute to his grandfather, who's obviously, like I said, he's the greatest of all time.
But again, the same pressure goes on him, so he needs to become his own man because
exactly. I think that's why he's not using the Ali name. He's
don't
using
want to
his
fight in somebody else's shadow all the time.
No, exactly.
Make your own name.
The thing is, though, Muhammad Ali didn't have any sons, did he? He only had daughters. Am I right?
Yeah.
He had sons as well.
Did he have sons? Are we sure about this?
Positive.
Because they've never been boxing. I know one of his daughters was a boxer, Laila Ali. She was a good boxer. She dominated the women's division and she retired. But it's not her son that's the boxer. It's one of his other daughters that's got this son that's the boxer. I'm quite interested to see how his career goes, to be fair. I think it'll be one that I'll watch and a little bit closely, just because
he's actually got a son. He's Asad Amin, but he's basically gone into baseball.
Baseball?
Yeah.
Bit of a weird. I'm guessing he didn't want to, be in his father's shadow and try and live up to that legacy, because that is a big legacy to live up to. Maybe that's why the Ali family tree skipped a branch there and went from Muhammad Ali to his grandson instead of his son.
Yeah, what about this then? David Hay coming back.
Oh yes, let's talk about this one. Let's talk about this one.
Okay.
I'll let Shaz talk about this first, because I know me and Shaz have spoken about this before. Go for it, Shaz.
David Hay coming back. Clearly, the guy is just coming back for a payday because he's done. I mean, he lost his last two fights. He lost to
Tony Bellew.
Yeah, Bellew. So I don't understand what he was going to achieve by coming back. He's just he can't stay out of the limelight. Man's been sitting on the sideline thinking everyone's taking his limelight. He's done. I'm like, I don't get it.
I mean, there's not much more you can really say about David Hay.
It's almost as bad as
you're right. He's coming back for a payday.
it's almost as
Who
bad
is
as
his opponent? Does anybody know his opponent? I can't remember the name of his opponent right now. Shaz, have you got his name?
Joe Fournier.
Joe Fournier. I've never even heard of him. So he's fighting some nobody just to get a payday. David Hay coming back. Maybe
he's an entrepreneur who turned boxer, making his debut in 2015 at the age of 32.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, he's a nobody, bro. He's a nobody in boxing. That's all we needed to know. David Hay coming back shouldn't really happen. He's past it. He makes too many excuses. He's not a good boxer. What else can I say? I think I've said it all there, haven't I?
Yeah, I've been losing to Tony Bellew, mate. Come on, he's not even a proper heavyweight.
Yeah, exactly, man. So you've got.
Beating.
I mean, at some point he's got to think like, I'm getting beat by people I should be beating. If I'm a good boxer, should I really be coming back? Is he going to win this comeback fight, or is he just absolutely going to get destroyed by someone who's just started boxing 5 years ago?
I don't really care because it's not something.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Nobody cares about David Hay. I mean, I think his last fight when he came back against Bellew was on a TV channel called Dave. It wasn't even picked up on pay-per-view. That's how that just shows that no one gives a crap about him. Besides Dave.
Yeah, I know.
Dave gives a crap about him.
Fights back on Dave, man. I remember that.
Do you remember that, Nadeem? It came on Dave live, and
shocking, mate. Shocking.
What boxer wants to be shown on Dave, man? You're not going to get pay-per-view buys on Dave. Come on, people. Let's be real, man. David Hay shouldn't be coming back. End of story, man. A comeback that I want to talk about, though, Nadeem. I know it's a boxer that you like. Is Mike Tyson. What do you think? What did you think of his comeback?
You know what he was for the age. He did all right. They did all right.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't
remind me again. Who was his opponent? Remind me again of his opponent's name, man. I can't remember.
John Jones, wasn't it? Junior. I'm sure it was.
No idea. Shaz?
Yeah,
Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones Jr. That's it. Yeah.
Yes. He was a good boxer in his day as well, man.
It was a good fight for them, you know. I mean, they still had the power and stuff. I mean, Mike Tyson in his prime, he was a beast, man. No one's.
100%. No one could touch him, man. That guy was an absolute animal, literally in the ring, biting people's ears off and stuff, and
spitting it out afterwards, man.
Yeah. It was Holyfield's ears. He bit both of them off, didn't he?
One of them.
Sure, bit one of them, didn't he? And then just spat it out.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. It was. I remember doing one. I'm sure he did somebody else's ear as well. Or am I wrong? Am I just thinking random shit here?
Hey, mate, halfway through that fight, you'd be thinking, I need some protein.
Let's have a piece of this ear.
Yeah, man, I need some protein. I'm losing muscle mass.
Do you know what that reminds me of, Shaz? Is Luis Suarez biting people in football.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
That's why he's got gaps in his teeth, man.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny, eh? Bugs Bunny.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Fighting too many people, that's why he's got a gap in his tooth.
Exactly, bro, exactly. Mad stuff, man, mad stuff.
Gap tooth.
So what are the upcoming UFC fights, bro? Obviously, we're not going to be seeing Conor McGregor for a while, but are there any decent UFC fights coming up that we could actually get into, man?
The problem is all the UFC fighters are interested in boxing these days, so nothing's happening right now.
Fair enough.
Let's have a look. I don't actually know, bro.
Okay. Hold on. Before we go any further, Nadeem, I want your opinion on Tyrone Woodley versus Logan Paul. Or is it Jake Paul? One of the two.
Oh, mate, it's going to be a painful experience for him, mate.
Yeah. There actually is a fight, UFC Fight Night, this Sunday, believe it or not, people.
3 a.m.
Have a look at the card. Gastelum versus Cannonier.
Yeah.
Gira versus Madsen. Sherman versus Porter. Trevin Jones versus Karamanov. Pitchell versus Hubbard. And then you've got Brandon Rival versus Pantoja. So there's not really many big names on there, is there?
It's so irrelevant. Dana White isn't even promoting it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just UFC Fight Night. It's not even like a big event.
That's
There's not many fighters on there that I can actually name.
No, I just looked through the card. I can't recognize any one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Boys. Sorry, boys.
But next, the last UFC was UFC 265, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 265. And again, there's not many fights on there that I recognize. That was Sunday, the 8th of August. Main event was Derek Lewis versus, is it Gan? Gan's undefeated, 10-0 again.
I don't even know who the guy is. That's how bad it is.
He's 10-0, but so he's doing well for himself. Actually, there was a fighter on there that we've seen, Jose Aldo versus Munhoz.
Oh, the days of Jose Aldo has fallen so badly.
Yeah, I know, man. Tell me about it. He was at a core main eventing and he won in round 3 he won on decision.
Yeah.
So, I mean, UFC wise, there's not much going on in UFC at the moment. There's no big fights that are going to be hyping people up.
No.
I mean, I think the last fight that was major was obviously Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, and I'm glad that Conor McGregor got beat. And I'm going to say I don't even have sympathy for the guy. No sympathy at all for his injury. You get what you're given. You deserve. Karma comes back and gets you in different ways, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that. You don't really like Conor McGregor either, do you, bro?
No, I'm not a big fan of him, to be honest, mate. He's just too cocky and arrogant for me.
Yeah.
There's no need for it, man.
I mean, I think he's made his money in UFC, and I think it's time for him to leave the business and go do whatever. He's made enough money now. He made all his money the main money in his Mayweather fight in boxing, which, again, cross promotion like that was just terrible. What I want to talk about is celebrities coming into boxing and UFC. I know we touched on it last time, didn't we, Shaz? And I want your opinion on this, Nadeem. What do you think of celebrities like Jake Paul trying to be a boxer or a UFC fighter?
I think it's stupid. They're not fighters, are they? I mean, they're going to go into something like that and get really hurt. I mean, Mayweather, like I said before in the comments, mate, he held him up at one point through that match. Yeah, and I mean, if you're thinking about going into the octagon,
it's a whole other game, man.
For him.
It's a whole other game in the octagon, especially against someone like Tyrone Woodley. Tyrone Woodley's not a joke, man.
No, he's serious. He is, man. He's gonna.
Do you know what I want to see? I want to see Tyrone Woodley destroy him. Take him 3 rounds, but absolutely destroy him so he doesn't even try it again. But that's not going to happen. He's going to do the same thing Mayweather did. He's going to carry him through the fight and just win it on points.
That's giving him boosting his ego, mate. Because he's thinking
exactly, and that's the problem.
Longer.
That's it. That's the problem. Mayweather did the same thing, and that's the problem. If Tyrone Woodley does it, it's opening a can.
Mayweather needed to make a statement and say, "Listen, this isn't a joke." Even though he's been inactive for that long, he should have put him out of his misery and said, "Listen, bro, this isn't a joke. Stop wasting time." Because now everyone is going to think, you know what, we can do that as well. Well, no, it doesn't work like that. It's a very dangerous and serious sport, and it's like saying, boys, you know what? Let's go and ask Ollie or Klopp that can we play for 90 minutes. You won't ever see it happen in any other sport apart from boxing because they just got bored.
That's it.
And obviously, Eddie Hearn's going to promote it because he's getting money out of it. So he's come.
Yeah, he's going to be like, you come, you make my money. I don't care about you. I just want my money in it.
You boys on the finished article. You guys are YouTubers as well. Why don't you come do it as well? No, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Exactly. You should know your own limits in it. Like Jake Paul and Logan Paul should know their own limits. That they're not fighters. They shouldn't be fighting Mayweather. They shouldn't be fighting Tyrone Woodley. The most they should be doing is fighting KSI, like one of them did. I mean, that's as much as you can expect from is fighting people at your own level, innit? Maybe like a charity match or an exhibition match like that against another YouTuber or something like that.
Yeah, man.
You don't expect him to go against one of the best in the world like Mayweather or Tyrone Woodley in UFC. That's like putting Jake Paul or another celebrity off YouTube or any celebrity against Khabib.
It's just disrespecting the sport, to be honest.
Exactly. It's a disrespect to the sport, and the promoters shouldn't be allowing it. They should be like, no, this is disrespectful, man.
As much as everyone hates Conor McGregor, if you had a celebrity come in against him, he wouldn't show them any mercy. He would have put him out.
He wouldn't show them the respect because they're not respecting his sport. Or him to think, you know, I can get in the ring with Conor or the octagon with Conor McGregor.
This is why Mayweather needed to shut that argument down early. But Bechara, man, was so after a payday, he's like, you know what, he couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly. It's crazy, man, that these celebrities think they can just jump into sport just to make a bit of money, but they're risking their lives against these top names, man.
It's like you taking it easy on Sol because he supports Arsenal. You just put him down, bro. Put him out of easy.
No. Let's get that right. It's like you going easy on Sol. Not me, bro. You're the one that gives him the stick for Arsenal, not me, bro.
Well, I'm trying to motivate him to aspire to better things, bro. Inshallah, bro. One day, bro. One day.
Inshallah, bro. Mad guy. One other topic I want to touch on. I know me and Shaz spoke about this on episode 1. What do you think of pro wrestlers coming into UFC, Nadeem? Like Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, Batista, and others?
No.
It's just a joke. I mean,
isn't it?
Lesnar, he came into that octagon thinking he was a big man. He raced out there against, what was it, Frank Mir? I think he was his first fight.
Frank Mir beat him. I think Tank Abbott.
And he just put him in an ankle lock, didn't he, or something? I'm sure he did. He said, "Here you go, have a bit of Kurt Angle here, man. I'll put you an ankle lock, man."
That's it. And one person I want to touch on is CM Punk, right? And the reason I'm talking about him, because there's a lot of hype about him today, is because there's an event on tonight called AEW Rampage. If people don't know what that is, AEW is a wrestling promotion, and it's in Chicago, hometown of CM Punk, and apparently the rumor is he's signed with AEW and he's debuting tonight.
Yeah, so on that.
There's a lot of speculation that he's debuting tonight. There's been a lot of hints at it and stuff like that. So the reason I want to talk about CM Punk, though, he's one of the best wrestlers that WWE had, and they let him go for whatever reason. Like he wasn't happy, so he left, whatever. And he decided to take up UFC. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, his first fight was Mickey Gall or someone like that? One of the guys who won, The Ultimate Fighter. His first fight was, I think, against one of the guys who won Ultimate Fighter. And the guy absolutely embarrassed and humiliated CM Punk, who thought he was a badass.
So I think he's had 2 fights. One was in 2016.
Who was that against?
Mickey Gall, yeah. Like
there you go.
And then the second fight was a draw in 2018 against Jackson. There
was a third fight. Well, I think that's been stricken off the record because the guy he fought got done for positive drug test. So they wiped that off the record. So he was 3-0, now he's 2-0. You know what I mean? But CM Punk thought he was a badass in wrestling. He went over to UFC and he got humbled. That's all I can say about it. And the reason he's left now, the reason he's not in UFC anymore is because he knows he can't cut it there. So the only thing he can do is go back to wrestling. And now he's going to be in AEW. He's not going to go back to WWE because he wasn't happy there. He's not happy with the way he's treated there. He's going to go somewhere where they're going to treat him better.
Fair play to him. I mean, he realized his mistake and he's atoned for it.
Yeah,
Mario for it.
You know what I mean? I would have liked to see CM Punk against some bigger fighters in UFC, but he would have had to obviously work his way up the ranks to get there. But he couldn't even do that. Do you know what I mean? He wasn't good enough to be the lower tier fighters, never mind the mid tier and higher tier fighters.
It's probably not a bad thing that he didn't get any bigger fights because they would have just humiliated him.
No, and that's what I'm saying. I would have liked to see him work his way up and win fights, but he couldn't even do that. Do you know what I mean? He couldn't even win a fight in UFC.
Yeah, but Chaz, it's probably a bigger problem than the YouTube boxes because what you've got is wrestling, as you all know. Our opinion on it is that it's script writing. Now, script writing and real fighting is a completely different point. It's not 100%. Like Shaz hit me or throw me over the top. UFC is completely
UFC. Your opponent is there to hurt you and to either knock you out or tap you out or whatever. In wrestling, the moves that they do, yes, some of them probably do hurt. You know, they get bruised, they get battered, but the moves that they do them in a way that it protects them, so it doesn't hurt them. Because let's be honest, right? If you did a backbreaker on someone properly, you're probably really going to break the back. If you did a sharpshooter on someone, that is going to hurt. And I'll tell you why I know that, because Nadeem, you know Asif, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of his friends thought it was wrestling was fake, so Asif said to him, let me put you in a move.
Yeah.
So the guy let Asif put him in a sharpshooter, and he was literally crying and screaming and tapping out straight away.
No surprise.
Right. So and that shows that some of the moves do hurt, but the wrestlers are trained in a way that they can protect each other so it doesn't hurt. But when we do it, like let's say I did a sharpshooter on one of you, I don't know how to do that move properly. So it is going to hurt you because I'm not doing it properly. I'm probably doing it the way that it is going to hurt. But if you're doing it a different way, the way that they're trained to do it, it's not going to hurt as much. Because let's be honest, some of the stuff you see in WWE, right? If someone like Goldberg speared you with the size of the guy, or Roman Reigns, he's going to break a rib, bro. That is going to break your ribs, bro.
He's going to knock the wind out of you, bro. You're going to be done for a while.
These guys hit... Who was it? Not Seth Rollins. Edge and Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, right? How many spears did you see in that match? How many concertos happened, bro? A concerto would give you a concussion or probably kill you or smash your skull to pieces.
You'd be done.
But they do it in such a way that it doesn't even hurt them. And that's the difference between wrestling. That they're protected with what they do and they're trained well to do that. But UFC is completely different. They don't care if your opponent's there to hurt you. You know what I mean? That's their job, is to hurt you and beat you.
Yep.
It's mad. It's crazy. I remember watching a UFC fight at the sports center, the local sports center. It was just like a local MMA fight. And I remember it happening that there was two lads fighting and they were near one of the corners in the octagon. And you know the advertisement boards that are on the corners? One of them fell off in the middle of a fight. So the referee had to stop the fight so they could put it back up. And then there was a bit of an argument that, you know what I mean? You stop the fight, we should start off as if, we're starting the round again. But the fighter that was actually winning, before it all happened, the other fighter was on the floor and the other guy was over him, punching him. So he's like, no, we should carry on from where we left off. So the guy who was on the floor, he was getting beat. He basically, he agreed to it, but he didn't want to. So he led down, let this guy carry on, and then he eventually lost because they carried on from that position. Do you know what I mean? It's just weird. It was the first fight that I watched. It was the first fight that I've been to live for like an MMA. And I actually went with Sol. I remember taking Sol with me, Shaz. And the fighter who lost was from Accrington. He's someone that I know. And the other guy, his name's Chris. I can't remember his last name right now. Chris something. Nadeem, you might even know him. And he was fighting a guy from Liverpool, and I think it was like a title fight or something. It was for a championship or some type of title. And the way the fight ended was because of this advertisement board falling. The Accrington, like you know how all these Accrington people are, bro, and Liverpool people, Scousers. They ended up the crowd ended up kicking off with each other and stuff. It was quite funny actually. I bailed at that point. I'm like, nah, I'm not getting involved in a riot in this place, man. Not with these Scousers, man. You get bottled or something by a Scouser, man.
You're like, allow, bro, I'm done.
Allow that. Me and Salah, like, let's chip, bro. Jumped in the car and got out of there, man. But it was a good event, though. There was some really good fights on that event. I enjoyed them. Like, I think with these type of sports, boxing, MMA, even wrestling, you should support your local promotions as well as the big ones like UFC, the major boxing ones, and then you've got WWE and whatnot. There's local promotions as well that obviously they're the ones that help develop some of the talent that go on to these bigger things. So it is worth supporting your local talent as well.
No, very true, bro. Very true.
Maybe we should all get together sometime and go to like a boxing or an MMA event or something, or even a wrestling event.
Sounds like a plan, bro. We'll have to sort something out.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely, man. Definitely.
Let's make sure it's not as embarrassing as when me and you were playing FIFA, Shaz, and all I can hear is my sister-in-law in the background telling us that we're so rubbish.
Yeah, let's not talk about that, bro. Come on. Why are you bringing that up here, bro?
What happened, bro? Was it no?
So me and Nadeem used to play on FIFA on the PlayStation 4, obviously online 2v2. Now, at the start, you start off in the lower divisions, you pick up your wins, you get your confidence in it, Shaz, yeah? So we're building up, and we get into a division where the players are a bit better. We absolutely got battered, right? And obviously, when I'm playing, my missus is watching sometimes, and she'll be watching and like, "Oh, which team are you and your brother?" And I'm like, "We're that team." And she goes, "Oh, you're getting beat. You crap."
That's why.
And Nadeem could hear it because the mic was on in it, Nadeem.
Yeah.
That's why
eventually we got to the point where we're like, you know what, I can't take this humiliation anymore. Let's stop playing. Yeah, but the fact is, there's some cheaters on that game as well, bro. They'll quit the game when you're winning, and they quit in such a way that I don't know how they do it. But it looks like you quit the game and they get the points for it. So until FIFA do something about these cheaters, I'm not playing FIFA again, man. Not online anyway. I'll play against people like my mates and stuff, but not against these cheaters, innit, man?
What's that?
Actually, Shaz, interesting thing. You know the PlayStation Plus membership? That's half price right now.
For the year?
Yeah, I just renewed 25 quid.
Yeah, man. Have you got Modern Warfare then?
Yes, I've got Modern Warfare, bro.
Yes, boys. When we're jumping on that together then, Nadeem?
Sunday, mate, I can get on.
Sunday night. Are you down for that, Shaz? Sunday evening? Sunday night?
Yeah, should be, bro. Should be right.
Sick. We'll get on it. Make sure it's up to date and everything, Nadeem, because I think there's been an update.
Always an update, mate, for that.
Yeah, bro, like that one game on Warzone together are taking up my near enough whole hard drive.
Yeah, they will. It's about 150.
I've literally got no other game on there. I've got Modern Warfare, Warzone, and I think I've got the main, like the multiplayer of Cold War as well. The rest of it, and stuff, I've just had to delete it because there's no space left on my hard drive, man.
I would take them all off
for ages, mate, to get an
no, here we go.
Extendable hard drive.
Yeah, I know. You've been telling me that for about 3 years, bro. It's not happening.
Shaz is wanting to
get a PS5.
I've got a hard drive in here, but I've got loads of stuff stored on it, so I can't use that one.
It's all Shaz's rap music from back in the day.
Nah, it's not my rap music, man. You're mad.
Yeah. Mate, I see Winamp on his computer, mate. Back in the days, he used to have millions of songs on it.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, about 50 gig of that hard drive is just the music I used to have from back in the day, man. 50 gig worth of it. Albums, songs, whatever, man.
Yeah,
Are you mad, bro? I bet you no one's got a collection of old school songs like me, bro. I'm telling you. 50 gig worth of it on there.
Yeah, bro.
I've got some crazy stuff on there, bro.
You are the biggest Tupac Shakur fan I've ever met in my life.
100%, bro. 100%. You know that, bro. You know. Right. Hold on. You two carry on. I'm just going to go grab something, yeah? I need to show you both something, yeah? 1 sec.
Oh, God. What's he going to go and bring now?
I have no idea, bro. Oh, man. Nadeem, where are you driving, bro? You coming back up north?
He's gone to fill his iron brew up, mate. That's what he's on.
I know. Bro, I don't know when Shaz sleeps, bro. He's like an all-nighter. I'd see him post stuff on Facebook.
Yes, boys. Are you ready for this, yeah?
Go on.
Are you ready for this? Right, so because we're talking about boxing, I'm going to show you this one first, innit, yeah? I don't know if you're going to be able to... I'm not sure how clear you're going to see it. You remember the Phantom Punch I was talking about, Shaz? The Muhammad Ali over Sonny Liston, yeah?
Yeah.
Got it right here, bro. On this T-shirt.
All right.
There's Sonny Liston on the floor. That's it, bro. That's what it's about. I got this from Turkey when I was out in Mamrus, bro.
Okay. Cool.
That's one of my favorite shirts, that, bro.
Nice, bro. Nice.
That's the punch I was talking about, bro. So the picture the picture I had at home is just this part of Ali up here, this top part. And you can see this fist here and it cuts off there.
That's iconic. Yeah, I remember that moment.
There's that. And I've got a couple of other ones to show you as well, Shaz. You're going to buzz off these ones, Nadeem. You'll like these. This one's your boy Tupac.
Oh, boy.
This has got writing on the back, but I don't know if you're going to be able to read it.
I bet you have one of Suge Knight as well, eh?
Never mind Suge Knight. And then there's just this last one. No, it's not Biggie. This is another Tupac one, fam.
Where's the Biggie one, bro?
I don't have a Biggie one. I couldn't find no Biggie ones, bro.
You disrespecting East Coast, bro.
That's the whole point, bro. It's East Coast versus West Coast. I'm all about the West Coast, innit, fam? No, I'm joking, man. Biggie and Tupac were both legends, man. Both legends.
That's it. Right, guys. I'm going to jump off now. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Sweet, bro. Anytime, bro. Anytime you want to jump on, just give me a shout. That link that you've got there to join, I think it'll be the same one each time unless we refresh it. So I'll leave it as it is. If you want to jump on anytime, jump on and we'll see you at the bottom. So we just add you into the stream, bro.
Yes.
Even if it's not for the full show, bro. Even if it's a little bit of the show you want to come on, just jump on and let me know in it, man.
No worries, man.
Take it easy,
Thank you, guys. In a bit.
No, I appreciate you coming on, bro. I'll speak to you tomorrow, yeah?
Bye.
Bye. Yes, Shaz. Are we good?
We are good, bro. Great show, as always.
Good. Always, man. That was a really good one. I enjoyed that, man. I enjoyed the banter and the chat with my brother there, man. It's been a while, man. Appreciate the people tuning in. I know there's a couple of people watching. They've been on and off. Appreciate you tuning in. Get involved, people, man. Leave some comments. Let us know your thoughts on what we've been talking about, man. I know we've talked about quite a lot of different things in boxing and UFC. It'd be great to hear some of your views and your opinions on it as well as ours. So yeah, leave some comments. Like I said, this has been live over here on Twitch. This show is going to be exclusive over here on Twitch. And we're going to try and add some more shows over here on Twitch over the coming months.
Every evening in Britain.
You just won one. We are going to, like I said, with the first episode, it was uploaded the day after onto YouTube under Fight Night Replays. If you're watching this episode there, I appreciate you tuning in and watching the replay. And obviously, this video is going to be on the replay section as well. All videos from Twitch will be uploaded to YouTube, and they will be exclusively live on Twitch. But I think that is everything, bro. You good? You good with everything? Is there anything you want to add? Anything else you want to talk about boxing, UFC wise, or anything like that, bro?
No, I think we covered it all. Great episode as always, and
man.
Stay tuned for more content coming your way, guys.
Yes, people. Really appreciate you all tuning in, as I said. But thank you very much for staying. Thanks very much for listening. Appreciate my brother Nadeem coming on whilst he's working. I don't know if you could see, he was sat in his car because he was working. He took the time out, or he took an hour out to have a conversation with us. Appreciate that, bro, always. If anybody else wants to jump on the show, drop us a message on our personal Twitters that are just here in the corners, and we'll get in touch and we'll arrange something. If you don't want to get in touch with us personally, it is over up on the official Twitter and Facebook, which are at the bottom of the screen right now. Yeah, like I said before, show the channel some love, leave some likes on the videos you do like so we know what type of content you want to see going forward. Leave your comments, let us know what you thought of what we were thinking, and everything like that. And obviously subscribe to the channel over here on Twitch, or follow it, I think it's called here. Follow us over on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be bringing more content, we'll be bringing more banter. But until then, people, stay safe and see you next time.